Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to a special episode of Sports Talk with Rags here. And today, here we have the Mid Atlantic Regional Champs, Chesapeake Post 280, have Coach Larry Bowles with us, Aiden
Hey.
Stufel from Nansen River, and the tournament MVP, Cooper Newell from Hickory High School, and Stephen Ritchie from Grassfield. These three players and the head coach are currently with us. Coach Bowles, thank you for your time, and this is just awesome. How is it there in Morgantown?
Man, it has been fantastic. I mean, really, the hosts here, the people running the tournament have been great. It's been a well-run tournament. The views have been spectacular. Yeah, thank you. I mean, you look out the windows and you got mountains and the sky, bright blue skies. It's been great. The baseball obviously was great. The talent we played against and the teams we played against were really good, teams. I know some of the scores made it seem like maybe they weren't, but they were good teams. These guys have just played out of their minds this week. So it's been great.
Let's see. So, yeah, I mean, game one. Are you sure that you guys weren't in Colorado? I mean, game one, 10-0 against Pennsylvania. So what a way to
Yeah.
start the regional there in Mountaineer country, showing the Mountaineer fans that 757 can hit the baseball.
That's right. So actually, our first game, Steven started on the mound,
Okay.
and Steven, wanted to make it interesting for us,
I
and
blew it.
he decided to let the other team score a few runs to start out the tournament, just to make the other teams feel a little bit better. And we were behind 5-0 in the third inning in that first game of the tournament, and we stormed back and scored 6 straight runs. We had some huge hits in that game. And that, I think, flipped the switch when they came back from that deficit. All of a sudden, they realized, well, we're not just happy to be here. We can come back and we can win. Then the next night, we set up to play the Pennsylvania team. We got rained, and we had to come back play. And start it the next day after 2 innings of 0-0. And what was that, Friday?
Yeah.
The Friday, it's a Friday. I'll always remember the day. I might not remember the date, but I mean, we played that Pennsylvania team and 10-0. And then we turned around that night and had to play again against Maryland, who we just played in championship 10-0. 20-0 in 2 games on Friday. These guys just every cylinder was clicking. I think we had like 20 consecutive scoreless innings there for a while. Yeah. Our pitching staff was phenomenal. Our defense was phenomenal, and guys hit the lights out. So
right, yes, and so Stephen, hey, since you started on the mound, where else do you play for the team?
I picked up a nice, comfortable spot on a chair next to our coaches, and I watched. I watched my team beat everyone else, and I just cheered them on.
Today you had a hot spot, though.
Today I did stand in the bullpen for 3 innings.
The last 3 innings.
Yeah, 3 full innings. I didn't leave the bullpen because it was good luck and we were winning.
Right.
You had to be on the pitching rubber, though, in the bullpen.
I was engaged to the rubber for 3 straight innings.
If he went to the fence once. I told him to stay in the bullpen because it was working. Brendan Hawley, our starter today, he rebounded from a rough inning and was on fire for a couple innings there. And I finally said to Steven, I don't know what changed. Steven going to the bullpen. So there was one point where I saw Steven go to the fence of the bullpen. I was like, no. Get back on the pitching rubber. That was working because it was after a walk or something. Hawley had just given up a hit or a walk or something. I said, no, you got to get back. And then he took one for the team and stood there on the bullpen pitching rubber for the league.
Yeah, and I definitely know how baseball players, baseball coaches, and they're superstitious. So whatever keeps working, you gotta go for that. And Cooper, how's your experience been here with what position do you play?
Oh, I've been playing outfield this year. Jamie Cook shut me down for pitching, so I've been in the outfield this year.
Okay.
He also
All
has
right.
been, I would say, probably our number one recruiter the last 2 summers.
Yeah.
He's the guy. He's kind of
He
like
picked me up.
Yeah, that's why I had to have Cooper in this interview because he's been the glue. He's been the guy that I mean, last year's team that we won states and went to a regional and we weren't able to finish it. Last year we were 2-2, and we got eliminated by the Maryland champs last year. So today in the championship was a little redemption for that. But last year's team, he helped pull together half the roster at least because guys love Coop. And same this year. He's kind of the glue. Everybody loves Cooper, and he brought more guys in this year that he knew, and it's just kind of been magical. So he's part time. What do we got? Part time general manager. There you go. Part time general manager.
Yes, and Larry, it's definitely nice. I know you have Hickory, Grassfield, Greenbrier Christian representing Post 280, but it's definitely nice here. You have some Isle of Wight, and you definitely have some Nansen River. So, Aiden, how has it been playing here? Not only Legion ball, but the experience here this summer.
It's been so much fun. Like at first, like regular season, I didn't like know what Legion was, and the competition was just okay. But like getting into state tournaments and this tournament, it's just been a lot of fun. Really competitive.
Yes.
And he's been playing pretty good too.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Larry?
I said he's been playing pretty good too. He's been doing all right.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. So named MVP here of the Mid Atlantic Regional.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, it was pretty funny. So they do this whole ceremony when you win. They have both teams out there, and you get a trophy and a banner and all this. And before they do the team trophies, they name the MVP. And they send it up to the guy in the booth on the microphone for the whole stadium. And he starts rattling off. He's like, before he said his name, he's like, this player for Chesapeake batted over 500 for the week, had a 600 slugging percentage, hit a triple, a home run, had 8 runs scored, 7. And by the time he got to the end of his list, the crowd is going, ooh, ah. And I even threw him in a tough spot against Allentown, New Jersey yesterday. Threw him on the mound with bases loaded and 1 out, and he worked through it, and he got the win on the mound in relief. So they threw that in at the end after all his tremendous batting stats. I mean, he stole bases this week, hit a home run, and then got a win on the mound. So he definitely was the MVP. Phenomenal. So.
Yeah. Yes. And let's go to that New Jersey game. I mean, it was a grind. And Nick Valentine there hit a key 2-run shot.
That was huge. It's funny and huge. See, funny to us and huge in the game.
Yeah.
But earlier in the game, he hit one that he thought was gone, and he walked. I want to say halfway to first base. He walked before he put the bat down. And it hit the bottom of the fence, and he ended up with a single out of it. And clearly, I was not very happy about it, but gave him a little stare down across there, like, "What are we doing?"
Right.
So
that's a no-no.
Yeah. So then on the home run, what was crazy? They had just put up, I think, a 4 spot. We were winning 3-0,
right.
And then they put up a 4 spot. And they had all this momentum, the crowd's going crazy and all that stuff. And we come up, and it was one ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man on first. He's behind in the count. And earlier in the week, the very first game we played in, he went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. But after that first game, the other 4 games, he was absolutely lights out. He couldn't miss. Well, the problem was he had that first game was it was like curveball. I think he had 5 curveballs that he swung and missed or took or whatever. For curveballs, killing him. And we're losing 4-3, 1-2 count, 2 outs. The guy throws him a curveball, and he hits it further than the one that he walked the first base on. But this time he ran. And it ended up in the trees, and we lost our minds. I mean, it was a tremendous win, and then we held on the last 2 innings to win it. But they had all the momentum at that moment, and that home run that he hit, man, that really put us in position. So huge on his part.
Yeah, and I know that Trevor Mason, he grew up playing with my nephew there on the Chesapeake Knights up through 12 years old. So definitely
Yeah.
known him for a long time, and I know that he did well there as a two-way player there for you guys here this tournament.
My shout out for Trevor is he came in to close the game on the mound yesterday against Allentown. He's the one that threw the last two and he's to hold it. And I mean, he's a hard thrower, right? He can get it up there quick, right? He's got a little heat. So his very, very first pitch, the very first batter he faces, he just airmails the batter, the catcher, the umpire, everybody. It goes all the way back to the backstop, which is 50 feet behind the catcher, and it's padded. And that ball hit the backstop and left a circular dent in the backstop that stayed for 2 innings. And so that kind of set the tone, I think, for them stepping to the plate after that. And what was cool about this week too, they have at MorgantownPost2.com, they were doing live feeds of the game. You could watch the games live, and they would have a commentary. And the guy doing the game was like, I don't know how hard this Trevor Mason throws, but he's really getting it up there on these guys. So he was our flamethrower to close out that game yesterday. He hit a home run 2 days ago. And today, honestly, he made, one of the sickest plays. Slow roller. Yeah, it was a slow roller up the third base line. He's playing third base today. He barehands it, throws it while diving at the same time to the ground, and gets the guy bang, bang at first base for an out. Absolutely tremendous. So he's just an all-around great athlete, hitting, pitching, defense. So he's tremendous.
Yeah. And so let's see. So I know that you guys have qualified for the World Series. You guys are one of 8 that throughout the United States, there's a total of 8 regionals tournaments that were going on. So it's in Shelby, North Carolina. See, the first game is Thursday at 10 a.m. against the Great Lakes, but what is tomorrow a travel day, or what's y'all's schedule?
Well, I'll tell you what. People, you come to this regional, and it's run great. And every guy running the tournament, all the Legionnaires are like, look, if you think this week was great, just wait till next week. He said, you don't understand what you're in for. It's going to be the absolute time of your life. It's like the Disney World of baseball. And the guys are going to be treated like absolute pros. We leave on a bus from Morgantown tomorrow morning, 8:30. We go out to Shelby. And even though our first game is not till Thursday, we've got a media day with ESPN where these guys are going to get some video shots for like the intro video for when the games come on TV. They have these videos of the players doing different things or whatever. So we got some characters lined up for that.
Right.
They do a professional photo shoot for the team and individual players. There's going to be a banquet dinner on Wednesday night before the game start, and Roy Williams of UNC basketball and Kansas Basketball Hall of Famer, he's going to be the keynote speaker for the banquet. The guys get to meet him, know him, shake his hand.
Awesome.
So they've got these festivities lined up the next couple of days. They shut down the whole town. They have a big old festival going on. They'll bring the guys up on stage one by one as a team. We walk across stage, they introduce us. They have a cornhole tournament where you put 2 players in from each team there, and it's an actual $500 prize. And they have a music concert the night before the game start, and Josh Turner will be the music act concert for the guys. So even before you play baseball, you've already had the experience of a lifetime, and then you get to play. I think Thursday's game is going to be ESPN Plus. I guess we'll find out more tomorrow, but I know Saturday's game I believe is going to be on ESPNU. And we played 1 o'clock Saturday, and then Sunday we played 4. So it looks like on Thursday we're going to play a team out of Michigan, out of the Great Lakes, Midland, Michigan. I believe they've made quite a few of the last few World Series. They are a strong – Berry Hill is what they're called. They're out of Midland, Michigan. I think that's who won the Great Lakes today. So that's going to be a great test for us because these guys have been to the World Series several times. So this is, they're going to be coming in comfortable. And then on Saturday, that 1 o'clock game, we play the Northwest champion. Well, that happens to be Idaho Falls, who's won the last two national championships. So, again, great setup. Thanks for this pool that's going to be set up for us to get some great competition. And then on Sunday, I think we get maybe Omaha, Nebraska. I think who's going to come out of the Central Plains. So we get 3 games guaranteed. It's pool play.
Okay.
And if you make it out of your pool with 4 teams, top 2 go on. There's a semifinal on Monday, single elimination, and then the national championship game on Tuesday. So,
and then will the semifinals or the national championship be on one of the ESPN TV networks?
yes, yeah, 100%. I don't know in the past it's been ESPN2 or ESPNU but it'll definitely be a whole thing. Yeah, and somebody already looked yesterday. I don't think I told you guys. Somebody looked us up yesterday, and every day of games is sold out.
Wow.
Like every seat, they sell the whole stadium seats are sold out for the week. They do these rocking chairs up there in the stands; those are all sold out. So this is going to be an experience of a lifetime for these guys.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, and hey, so Stephen, see that you just graduated, and let's see where you what's next for you here after Legion Ball is done. Where are you playing college?
Ferrum College in Ferrum, Virginia. It's out on the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's beautiful out there.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. That's where Billy Wagner played back in the day.
Exactly right. Yes.
So
when Billy Wagner graduated, though, it was a much smaller school. It was a junior college.
Right. That's right. So let's see. And Cooper, what's next for you? I see that you just recently graduated there from Hickory.
I'm gonna be going to JMU next year for baseball.
D1.
Okay.
James Madison University.
Yeah, I know
Big
James
time.
Madison.
Big time
My
here.
brother played college baseball there against Ike when my brother was at William and Mary, and Ike was at VMI, and Ike played for Finney.
There's at least one Hickory guy, Mason Dunlap, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be there and catch up with a Hickory guy there.
Right. And back in 2014, you had Kyle McPherson there out of Western Branch go to JMU, and let's see. And Aiden, what's next for you here after Legion Ball is done?
I'm going to Christopher Newport next year.
Okay.
And Newport News.
Seeing you.
Yeah. Coach Harvell, he's a follower of Sports Talk with Rags and a former guest. So
great program over there.
Captain's baseball, will definitely be good competition. But hey, Larry, also, so what? When you guys come back, it's time to recruit for summer 23, right?
Well, I was just talking to my assistant coaches earlier about this. I said I think recruiting is already going to be done this week for us. The fact that guys back home are going to watch these guys on TV this week coming up. I think that's a nugget that I think a lot of guys will want to be a part of.
I already got some studs that said they want to play.
Yeah.
I already got a few guys that.
Next year's team is actually could be scary. Scary good. So we could be the next Idaho Falls at the plan, right?
Maybe just scary.
Right. Yeah, scary in every way. So I mean, this week's going to be great for that. Another thing that other teams pointed out this week and were surprised by, the tournament director was surprised by. He said, "You don't have any college freshmen. You don't have any 19-year-olds on your roster." And I said, "This is the first year ever where we did. Our roster is all 2022s, 23s, and a 24. And with it being basically you just can't be 20 when you're playing. You can't turn 20 by the end of that year. Right. College freshmen, play. And you look at the teams we played this week. Yeah. All of them had at least 3 college freshmen on their roster. So we're young in a sense for Legion Ball. So what we're doing is we can come back. We can bring back 12, 13 guys from this roster. So yeah. So we fill in some spots and unbelievable. Like I told you on the last episode,
right?
We're talking about doing 2 teams next year. I think we're going to build it up. I mean, especially with this week coming up, I think we're going to have enough interest for 2 teams. I want to point out the other thing that is a recruiting thing is I got to point out our 90s, our Bang Energy 90s players of the game interviews. Because that's another reason why I wanted these 2 guys in here. These guys took over the role this year as the interviewers, bringing the energy, bringing the comedy, bringing the hilarity to them. They both done a great job all summer, showcasing what this team's about. Like we played, as you can see from what we've done this week, we play phenomenal baseball. But for us, it's way more than that. We're here, like every single one of these guys is just enjoying being around their friends and buddies. And we try to create an environment. I've tried to do this for years. Try to create an environment where they're just having a fun summer because you're spending so much time away from home and things, being at the beach and all that. We try and supplement it by having a lot of fun. And these guys, it's hard to get them to not have fun at any moment. So Steven here, right? You can see the persona he's taken on for the videos. He's got the mullet wig going. Right. But really for Steven, it's what's under the mullet wig that's really impressive. And he showed this off in one of our videos. So I don't know if you can get that. Yeah, you're gonna have to. We're gonna have to get in on this. I want you to see what we've got going. Right. That's his jersey number. Okay, so we've got the 24.
Right,
and then 280. I mean, it kind of looks like a 2, but it's supposed to be a 280. And then we work on this other side here. That's supposed to be a lightning bolt. It looks more like a glasses strap, but we don't have barbers on.
So. Oh, that's awesome. And I know that last year I started coming across y'all's Twitter feed, and that is the thing. I mean, my wife's Elizabeth, her favorite player is Brett Phillips, and he's got the phrase of baseball is fun. And that's what you guys have been doing. Last summer, I know that you guys did win state, but not making it as far as this year. But then again, what I've seen on Twitter, what I've seen on Facebook, and having your coach on a previous episode, it's all about having fun, the camaraderie, and the relationships and the experience that will last a lifetime. I mean, last time I had your coach on, his T-ball coach, who his son is a longtime friend of mine, his T-ball coach reached out to me and was like, hey, I need Larry's number because I definitely appreciate the shout out. And I remember Larry playing T-ball for me. I mean, so, that was just a few years ago, wasn't it, Larry?
That's you. I don't know, 5, 20, 30, something like that.
Yeah, but just the experience that you guys, Larry, you and your assistants coaching these players, and then Steven, Cooper, Aiden, and the rest of the team. I mean, playing at George Washington University for the state, and then playing Morgantown. And how far away were you guys from WVU?
We looked out our window, right
out the window.
Yeah. They put us in the hotel across from the West Virginia baseball field. Wow. And the only reason we didn't play on their baseball field this week is they have a West Virginia, Black Bears?
Yeah, the Black Bears.
They have a MLB draft league that they run.
Oh, okay.
And they've actually had games the last couple of nights against the Frederick Keys, which I thought was ironic and interesting. Frederick, Maryland, who we played today for the championship. But it's a beautiful stadium. We got to tour it on our own. We went over there, and they left the doors open for us as coaches and players to just meander around and check out the facility, which was neat. We've gotten a really fun week. I'll say this, Rags, too. Like, I'll be honest, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing the Legion, since 07, 08. I started coaching school ball in 04. I've told these guys over the past couple of weeks, that they were slowly becoming one of my favorite teams I've ever had the pleasure of being around and coaching. And watching these guys this week, and here it is, it's 5 minutes before a ball game, and they're in there singing together with their arms around each other, singing country love songs to each other. I've never been around a team that has been so good when the lights are on and they say play ball. But right before that and right after that, they are the loosest group of guys. There's nobody tight. There's nobody putting pressure on themselves. Everybody is just having a blast, enjoying every minute together. And it's been I can't think of a better summer than what I've had with these guys this summer. And it's because of them. They've been absolutely phenomenal. So
Yeah. And, before we wrap up, I mean, I know that the New Jersey game was a nail biter, and you guys battled, won 5-4, faced Frederick. But, how does it feel that even though it was a 10-run game in the championship game, to be the home team and to have a walk-off base hit to win the region and qualify for the World Series?
Yeah, it's magical.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
it was.
Well, it was a workout for them. They had to chase Trent Holiday all the way to left field. They had to run 200 feet up first base all the way around to get to him, to get to the dog pile. I said that should be a bet for us coaches from now on. Where's the dog pile going to end up? I would have never put my money on left field. So that was interesting, but it was magical. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a little fact about who we played today. Like I said, the scores of some of our games, people might look at it and be like, "Oh, American Legion, they're playing for a World Series berth and they're blowing teams out. It must not be good competition." The kid on the mound today is going to St. Joseph's to pitch. He's going to St. Joe's to pitch, D1 school. This summer, they give you the stats, for the teams and everything. This kid had 90 strikeouts in 43 innings pitched this summer. And these guys put up a 5 spot in 3 innings off of him and chased him off the mound by the 4th inning. I mean, like I said, these guys are not intimidated by anybody. They stepped up.
We got our D1 guy.
Yeah, we got our guy.
D1 too.
Well, and also, baseball in the 757 is great,
Yep. Well, look, ESPN's getting their handful of 757, aren't they, in August of this year?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Norfolk Senior League, and then
Congrats to them, by the way, from Post 280. Congrats.
Well, yeah. I mean,
we got some more guys on our team and GCA guys on our team, so they got some there too. So.
We were all watching the championship.
Yeah,
we were all watching.
Yeah,
right.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's just been like I told your coach at the last episode, moved here in the fall of '87, and my brother played at Western Branch, had just been around this area to follow, baseball there from, spring of '88 to watching you guys. And, just this area puts out some great baseball talent.
And that's kind of what that's been the dream of this program that I put together and keeping American Legion alive, is because I want it to be a showcase. Like when we're on TV this week, I want the world to see what comes out of the 757. I mean, it's always been good, but now people around the country can say, hopefully this week we'll get ESPN to mention all the guys that are coming out of our area and we are a hotbed for baseball. And give a little national shout out to Hampton Roads in the 757.
Yeah, that's and this episode will be on Twitter. It will be on Facebook. Also, Sports Talk with Rags is on Apple. So like the podcast and share it, retweet it. But I certainly appreciate y'all's time. So hey, let's have some final thoughts. Steven, what are you looking forward to here when you go to the American Legion World Series?
Mostly, coming into this,
yeah,
we maybe didn't take it so serious.
Right.
We weren't really looking forward to winning. We were looking more forward to, going back home and hanging out and hanging with our friends before we go to college.
Right.
And then we found out that you get a free backpack for going to the World Series. So I think most importantly,
yeah,
I'm worried about that backpack.
Right.
And I'm worried about, telling all of my friends that I was on ESPN and that I'm better than them.
Yeah.
No, not actually.
No.
But
Hey.
that is, I think it'll bring more attention to the post, and I would like more of my friends to be able to do this because this is really cool. And so I'm mostly looking forward to that, is having some evidence to show them how cool Legion baseball is.
Get the swag.
And the backpack.
Right, and the backpack.
They mentioned that backpack for 4 days since I told them.
Right.
Yeah, you get a backpack full of stuff, and it has a Norwegian patch on the backpack when you get orientation. So they've been, what? We get a backpack? Oh, now we're going.
Yeah, right. Hey, Cooper, what's your final thought here as you guys are heading off to the American Legion World Series?
Well, since I've been on this team for 2 years,
Okay.
so my thoughts are, man, this team is the best team I've ever played for. Honestly, it's a tight-knit group. Coach can walk into someone's room and be like, "Where's everybody?" I walk into the next room, "Where's everybody?" Everybody's in one room,
Yeah.
chatting it up, just messing around, just
Get on Trent.
yeah, we're all just we all jump at each other, just really good friends, and I think that's a difference from last year. Last year kind of, we weren't as tight, but this year, everybody just messes with each other. Everybody just really good friends, and I think with all of us going, playing on TV, shouting out, it's gonna shout like the colleges, Barham, CNU, King, some of my friends are going to King, all those colleges can get some recognition, hopefully that can, boost them up a little bit, get some recognition to their program,
Right.
just, and then hopefully we do well, but, we're going to have fun either one.
Right. And Aiden, I know that you have a couple of your Nansemond River teammates here on this team, but what's your final thoughts here as you guys head off to the World Series?
It's really exciting. I mean, I've never got the chance to play on ESPN.
Right.
It's been really cool, and I couldn't have to deal with a better group of guys, all my friends.
And you know what? I'm thoroughly shocked, Rags. Look at this. See this?
Right.
What we've got. So I gotta be honest, I'm thoroughly surprised that none of you guys said that girls across the country will see you on TV.
I am loyal to my girlfriend.
Well, hey,
I brought the right three guys in here, but they would have gotten a different answer from the other ones.
yeah. Hey, and the thing is, and I know that this team hasn't been together for a long time, but during the spring season, they played against each other. But here, the short time that they've been together here for Legion Ball, it feels like that it's been a family. They have one goal, and they root for everyone. So Larry, any final thoughts here with leading this group?
I told you last episode that we're gonna go out to the Mid-Atlantic Regional. We're gonna try and bring it back to the 757. And I told you that, I'd be happy to do a special episode if we want it. Yeah. I say we do this again a week from Tuesday after a national championship. I mean, we're going. We might as well keep playing good baseball.
Hey, I heard you get tickets to some game if you win.
Yeah, I think we mentioned this last episode, right? I mean, I told the guys.
Game 4 of the World Series, right?
Game 4 of the World Series. I mean, it's slightly better than a backpack. I mean, a backpack, I don't want to take anything away. That's pretty cool. I don't want to take anything away from the backpack, but Game 4 of the World Series is pretty good.
Yes.
Pretty good. So, the big thing is, in the message kind of these guys, I kind of, before the game was trying to tell them, is like, look, we got to stop thinking about, man, we're state champions. Man, we're playing for regional champions. Every guy that helped run this tournament said to me today, they said, Coach, we've seen a lot of teams in these regionals. And for a team to come through here 5-0, not lose a single game, 10-run rule, 3 of them. They said, Coach, you have a team. He said, don't listen to anybody say anything about Idaho Falls the last 2 national championships. He said, we've seen your team play. I've seen a lot of teams play American Legion baseball. You have a team that can go in there and get it done. And that's the thing, the message for these guys is, hey, we're not, now believe in yourself that you can be a national champion, Right. And what's great is I have the right personalities. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. Why not? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. All right. So,
hey, didn't somebody, I mean, I don't know. I've been a fan of multiple sports here for a lot of years, but didn't somebody have the phrase, why not us?
Why not us? Yeah. That's former San Francisco 49ers coach, isn't it? The ones at Michigan now, Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Why not us? I think it might be Harbaugh that was his. I'm not sure, but yeah, it sounds familiar. That's the vibe of this team.
And
and
also the Charlotte Charlotte area, so the Norfolk team was just, by Rock Hill, South Carolina, just this past week, U.S. champion, lost to Puerto Rico, but here Shelby, is just west of Charlotte, and another team from the 757 going down there. So
Top
good
8
luck.
in the country. We found this out today too. I was wondering this information, and the tournament director told me that there was over 3,000 teams in the United States this year, over 3,000 American Legion teams, and we're one of the top 8 in the country. It's kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, so what time do you guys roll out there in Morgantown and head to North Carolina?
I got to get these guys up at 8 a.m. and on a bus by 8. We got to be on the road by 8:30 in the morning. So that'll be fun for me.
We'll pull out at 9:15.
No.
That's not how they lose. That's not how Legion does. They'll be ready to go. 8:30.
Hey,
I'll drag them over their practice.
all three of you and some of your other teammates get ready to play college baseball. So hey, this is a good time to learn. When you're early, you're on time. When you're on time, you're late, and you might be running pole to pole. So,
That's exactly right.
well, hey, so for all you listeners out there, Shelby, North Carolina is the site. And I know that you guys are traveling straight down there tomorrow, but some pregame stuff, and then the first game there, 10 a.m. Thursday. So thanks again, guys, and have safe travels and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Sure thing. All right, go Post 280.
All right, good night.